There we go. I think we're good. Cool, man. I have a piece of glitter from my kid on my finger. I did not notice that whole time. Anyways, new guitar. Check me out. Been enjoying it. Out with the Kiesel, in with the Ibanez. I had this guitar previously. Well, not one this cool, I don't think. But I had a guitar. I had an AZ, a Prestige AZ before. And it never, I don't know, it never was right for me. I didn't feel like, but it was always a playability issue. Like it just buzzed in like this like dead note way that I could not get out, even if I raised the action super high. So I've been, I'm pining for one. And ever since I got the Strat I have, I really haven't played that Kiesel. I've had no need to. It's not different enough from the Strat for me to warrant it. And then, I'm also just gassing pretty bad for one of these AZs again. So here we are. I got one. Actually, it's one of the Marcos Fogli ones, which I think is super cool because there's no marks on it at all as far as he doesn't have a signature on the headstock or anything. It's not like it's got anything that shows it's his except for the back plate, which is really cool, I think. And it's pretty much, for all intents and purposes, it's a flame maple top AZ, which I think is great. And I got a killer deal for it. So I got DiMarzios in it. The three-way switch has the three positions I always use, which is the middle position is the two inner coils, which is like the 4 position that I used to have. Try to make that sound a little bit better, actually. Which is surprisingly chimey. Really nice. But of course it's a shred machine too. That's probably a little bit too trebly there. So good. And so I'm just gonna be here playing away a little bit, trying to just get some clips out of this. I never stream anymore, so I don't really expect people to tune in, but if there is anybody watching and you're watching this back, I really appreciate you. And if you have any questions or anything, usually I'll stream when I go down to the school to teach, and I'd like put my phone up to do it, but I figured since I was at home, I could play through my amp and stuff. Just got an SM57 in front of it, playing through Streamlabs. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. All right. Oh, man. it's such a tough one to try to alternate pick everything on. There's a couple riffs that are cool to go over though, which we can do. Today's actually my day off, so I'm just sitting here having a beer, hanging out, playing guitar. Sorry, just checking something. Okay. Yeah, there's some cool ones to go over here though. So the main riff. Sorry, I gotta do the whole thing again, man. I keep missing. I keep missing that one. There's literally one note that I missed there because I do the wrong fingering. That one. That's what I should be doing. I keep doing, which is making me mess up. There it is, much better. This is all pretty easy stuff. We reached the first really tough thing, which is now, for myself, somebody who is an outside picker, this isn't terrible. Going between two strings like that, and outside picking, i.e. up on the lowest string or the higher string, however you want to see it, and down on the lower string or higher string, however you want to see it. Physically, higher string, lower string, right? But yeah, it's one of those things where it's not terrible for me. Trying to do something like that, but doing all those together can be a challenge. But that riff's really cool. Sorry, because you have to come back down. Pretty cool little riff there, though. Hopefully you can take from that. We move on. Not too bad here. Just pretty easy chord. This is pretty tough. You have to lead with your pinky. So you're playing this note to this note, right? Well, that's always tough. Having to use the same finger to move. I suppose I could move fingerings around, but this is pretty smooth. It's not that bad once you get into it. As long as you don't think about it too much, I think is the key. Yeah. That's pretty standard. This little part kind of sucks a little bit. It's just a bunch of patterns, though. It kind of follows the same kind of thing here. And it sounds a little nonsensical until you break the parts apart, which is kind of what you can kind of hear that. That's what it is. Sorry. That you can tell like that little digga 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 doo doo. There's always like a cadence there, a little cadence that happens over and over again, which is pretty simple to decipher, but it doesn't make it any easier. It gets kind of confusing. As that one does for me. This is an interesting one because it's pretty much like a major. You'd want to, playing 4 instead of major 3, right? But it's like a major arpeggio pretty much. But it's kind of weird. The way the fingering has to happen, you have to come down, and it's rare that I'll roll with my pinky like that. So it's definitely not easy. That's not bad. That's not really a bad one to do. It's just a pedal tone lick again. Outside picking the same way. Sorry, I keep doing that. This one's easy. same kind of thing, pedal tone lick again, and then we have, hey, guess what? Another outside picking thing. Which is really not that bad either. You can see I can do the outside picking thing and kind of get over that hump of the difficulty of the separation of the notes. It's really not that bad. Oops. That's the last little bit that I've worked out. It's like, oh man. Oh. I don't remember, but I haven't worked out really that much past there, so that's the next endeavor. But I saw Anton Opperin play that at a Charvel, I think it was, or Kramer. I think he used to play for Kramer, like a Kramer booth or something like that. He was like a little thing. He just rips it, man. Perfectly alternate picked all of it. He actually messed up on this part, which I know exactly where he messed up. Which is you want to hit this note first instead of that one, which is I know exactly where he messed up at, because now that I've worked it out and kind of done my own transcription, it kind of looks, some of the stuff he's doing looks similar to the stuff that the way that I worked it out. So I assume it's probably the most advantageous way for the fingerings to work it out for outside pickers. But that guy is light years above me. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool one. You should work that one out if you can. It's a really good exercise to work through. I got a couple other ones too that I've worked out, which I guess we could go over. Tarantella or Tarantel, I can't remember which one it is, but it's I saw Paganini play it. I was looking at videos from a kid actually, and I was trying to find like classical pieces, like virtuoso classical pieces to like expose him to, and Heifetz is top of the list for me as far as like who I would consider to be like an ultimate virtuoso, and so of course we were looking up Heifetz stuff, and man, Tarantella is and he plays it at a blazing speed too. But it was really fun to work out on guitar as well. It's really tough because it's like a lot of single notes on strings, which is a tough thing to alternate pick. Oh, you guys got some ASMR on that one. I think the mic's too close. Probably gross. Sorry. That won't happen again. So, but it's pretty cool. Oh man, I always do that. Man, that's tough. I had to work it out in a way that I can shift. I have to shift my pinky. And the little riff here doesn't sound terribly complicated, but the little shift is. That's what it is. Sorry. It's hard to do slow, man. All these things are connected for me. That's pretty much the whole riff. Like G minor. And he kind of starts over again from there. I keep wanting to go up like I do on the first one. This time when we come down, it's a little bit different. And we start into another little section, which is very similar to the first. So the first section, let's go over that. I'll give myself a little bit more distortion than that. And it sounds, for me, I thought it should be, that's the way I often forget it, if that makes sense. Like I often play it like that, not remembering that it's supposed to be, which I guess it would make sense for where we're going. So, which is pretty cool, man. That's what stuck. That's what stuck with me from that whole thing. was like the melodies that stick out like that. There's also another one that I was really into. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Oh, it's called Rondo and Intro. Intro and Rondo. Heifetz played on that one too. But I remember that one was amazing. And I worked that out before, but I can't quite remember it. I don't think I wrote it down or anything. I just like sat down and worked it out a bit and used a couple of things to exercise, but I should really work through that one too. And I'll go over Paganini's 24th as well in a second here, but I'm finish this one first. Yeah, so he goes back to the beginning. We have the same kind of thing as we did at the beginning. And then we have... So every time, there's little patterns that live with... That's probably the best thing you can do is... hang on to the patterns that you're learning, or at least that you're recognizing, because eventually they'll become redundant. You'll have the same thing over and over again, just kind of in a different way. What you'll see in the second section is kind of the same thing as the first section, just with different chords. And if you can think about it like that, it makes consuming and remembering everything all that much easier. I memorized this just by having transcribed it and putting it on guitar. It was like hard not to, by way of doing both of those things. And so that being said, though, I did have to go back and kind of look at it, and once I kind of like saw the couple sections, it came right back. It's muscle memory, so it'll come right. You just have to check. Like I said, I played the wrong notes instead of that one. And also, let's talk about picking for this while actually I'm thinking about it, because it's a very interesting correlation that I've made here for the picking side of things. Whoops, sorry about that. Which is, of course, Paul Gilbert rears his head again in a wonderful way. If you guys know... that little riff, I don't know why, but I've always had an ability. It doesn't feel to me like I'm going up, up, down. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the middle pick is just part of the upstroke. It feels like I'm doing this, but I can catch it on that middle string, such as it was its own upstroke, if that makes sense. And the angle of the pick, you can see. I'm going to see the down gets me right back to this up. This up right here is just happen chance as I'm pick slanting to get this down, and then I'm pick slanting again to get this up. I give them their own little separate pick. Right? It feels just like this. I don't know why, but that would be a cool song if you wanted to. You could probably get used to doing it like that. That's how I got used to it. Me and my buddy used to play that song so much, and we would, as you do, we started getting comfortable with it, and then we we would play it too fast for sure. Same thing with that's way too fast. That song literally goes. Like that should not be that fast. We used to fly through it though. It's such a we'll go over that one too if you want. But we used to fly through these songs, and inevitably it was funny how like the technique would like develop, along with it. And so that's a case right there where I'm using that kind of second. I'm using that same technique, right? So I haven't even thought about the picking of this because it's the same thing. It feels the same to me as that technique. Let me not digging that tone too much. My full on. Little Paul Gilbert break there. That song sounds just like there's another one that goes how's it go? And of course, use the same riff again, too. That's so funny. How things kind of can just like pop up again out of nowhere. Oh, let me get my. Oh, man. I'm gonna tune real quick. I could hear a couple of those major thirds were not sounding good. Relatively new strings, and I've been beating on this thing since early this morning. Stays in tune miraculously well, though, considering it's not locking. Oh, I just did. I'm trying to. Let me think for a second, too. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent here, but I love doing that. Oh, what is it? That's what it is. That's a cool one. Y'all, if y'all can't, y'all should figure that out. What that one is. That's a really cool one. Surprise! It's Paul Gilbert. Really cool one. I got on a tangent with that. Okay, back to what we're talking about. So, first section. Sorry. I had to play it fast. I'm so sorry. It's so weird, man. I could fly through that, but sitting there thinking about the notes is tough, man. Let's try it one more time. That's what it is, sorry. And then, of course, the thing I went over. Okay, so next section after that. And, of course, don't forget, it's all the same. He plays it like twice in a row, and then that's how we get to this new part. So, of course, now we're going to the major. We were in the relative minor. Now we're in the major here, which is A sharp or B flat. And so we're going to play. No, that's not right. I had to play it fast, bro. This is insane. So if you've noticed, this is pretty much the same thing as the first one, right? Except for we just changed the chords. Same kind of pattern and movement. We're still doing the B string twice and then into the G string for the last note, right? And I think that's a key to this whole song. It's kind of the same. It's very samey. Sorry. And then we have. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, I gotta remember it. That's what it is. Alright. And then it's down an octave. And we have. And now we've changed to a minor section. Oh, no. So it's kind of the same thing again, right? Except for minor this time. I think about this as this two of my minor shapes, right? And then we have same kind of thing again, right? So slow that whole part. All right, same kind of thing as the first one, except we're gonna go up a little bit, a whole step. And that's the pattern we're gonna play down. And then once we play those octaves, we're down here. So really nicely finishing in G minor, our key, or technically relative key, I guess. But pretty much the whole song's a minor song, at least the intro part is, and the end is as well. And there's a big like part. That's what we're getting to right now. So again, coming down on that. Let me mess with. So I'm going from try to get just the bottom two strings. Up to B flat. Up to D. And this little loop ends it. Sorry. Oh my gosh. So I would think about this as being those are like the three main little arpeggios, I guess you can call them, that we would consider that. No, that's not right. Sorry. Let me think about that. That's what it is. Sorry about that. We have a little chromatic thing to end it. So one more time, really slow. Pretty cool stuff, I think. But that's like a finger twister, tongue twister for your fingers, however you want to think about it. It's tough. It's really tough, man. And then it's right back to the beginning again. Yeah, so check that one out. That's a really cool one. Hopefully you can pick it up from just that. And I also did Paganini 16th if you're tuning in. Nobody said anything or anything, but if you're watching, I appreciate you. And you can go back and watch those 16th Caprices on here too. And so why don't we go over, we can do Paganini's 24th. We could also, what else have I been working on? I'm trying to think about stuff I've been working on here. I've really been trying to force the 16th Caprice as much as possible, to be honest with you. I struggled with that one for quite some time. Working on stuff with students. I'm trying to remember what else. I did Under a Glass Moon solo. Man, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this, everybody reveres John Petrucci, and I don't dislike him, that's for sure. And I think Dream Theater is incredible, but I'm not a huge fan of the picking more notes than are actually on the string, and the kind of like guitar licks for guitar licks kind of thing, which I think that's like it's something like that. And it's not bad. I like that stuff. What I think is cool, he's got that's what I need to work on, alternate picking. I think that's Under a Glass Moon. Glass Prison. Sorry, that's Glass Prison. But that's one I definitely want to work on, because that seems cool to me. Trying to alternate pick something. It reminds me of Too Many Notes by Steve Morris, which I can't even. I can't remember. Oh man, it's been so long since I even tried to play that one. That's a really cool one though. I wonder what I should leave you guys with though. I could talk a little bit about. So I've been trying to work on really focusing on the alternate picking thing again. I've been using the Dunlop. What's it called? Flow? Yeah, Flow. And I just despise a thick pick. I know that sounds crazy. You know, most people you talk to who play that kind of stuff are really about using a thick pick. And I think Yngwie Malmsteen is really the reason why I've kind of made the switch here pretty permanently, is because he said something that really stuck with me, which was that like the pick itself, the thicker pick is the only thing that's going to bend the same amount every time, or at least not bend at all, I guess is what he's trying to say there. And the thin pick, you know, kind of will bend a certain amount depending on where you're hitting it on the string. And it's kind of, you know, it's hard to be able to assume the bend of the pick. And I have seen some much better, like I've been trying to do like, and I suck at that, man. The upstroke on the new string. Going ascending is way easier for me. That's like what my preferred is. But I've been trying. You have to inevitably be good at both of them. If you want to play, you can see my hand has to hop over that. I have to be able to have both of them, so I've been really trying to work at that. And I went over this in another live stream. It's probably been months ago now, but I think it's still poignant information. So if you're watching this and you're struggling with your alternate picking, don't forget, pick slanting is a huge factor here. And I guess what Troy is calling, Troy Grady, that is, the person who I heard about this first from, is calling it is two-way escape motion, which I think is really cool. If we're upward pick slanters, that means that we escape the strings on an upstroke. If we're downward pick slanters, we escape the string. I'm sorry, opposite. If we're downward pick slanters, we escape the string on an upstroke. If we're upward pick slanters, we escape the string on a downstroke, right? And you have to be able to escape the string on a downstroke to do what I was just talking about. I have to escape the string on a downstroke to be able to get that upstroke into the string. And then I need to upstroke escape here. So it's two-way escape motion here. I'm escaping. Escape, in, escaping, in again. Like that. You know, and there's a bunch of other stuff like cool riffs. There's a, you know, what's funny is actually there's a go figure, a Paul Gilbert riff. He does. You can see I have to be an upward pick slanter there for a little bit. If you have your guitar, you should try that. It's really tough to do. That's like a one of those you know, I've had other ones which are like that one's you have to switch your picking in the middle, which is tough to do. Oh man, see what I'm saying? You have to switch your picking. I have to do an upstroke there instead of a downstroke. It reverses every time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's a tough one though. All right, I'll show you one last lick and then I'm gonna get off. Gonna get my kid up from his nap. All right, so this one is from Paganini's 24th Caprice. I think I may have shown it before, but there's no reason not to do it again now. It is part of a middle section. There's like a couple. There's like, it's a whole, yeah. But you know, it goes through a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. Cool way to play this. Sorry. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. But this part. Yeah. That's not right. I can play that somewhere else. I really thought I'd play that somewhere else. Maybe not. Oh, wow. I gotta really work on this, I guess. I thought I had better than that. I really thought I played that somewhere else. I could be wrong though. But this part though, this is the part I'm talking about. Sorry. This is for me one of the toughest things I've ever tried to work out. To involve alternate picking, chromatic notes on multiple strings, along with sweep picking, and then string skipping back to the beginning note, which is alternate picking again. This is one of the more difficult licks that I've had to do. And so you should wood shop this if you care to. It's really, really, really helpful, you know, for everything really. And it's nice to have everything in one little section here. So this one I would say you can do a down up or a down down. I do down down because I want to catch the sweep on an upstroke on all of them. You can go. There's no reason you can't do down up though. What I mean though is if it's down up, you're downstroke on that last note and then upstroke on the first note of the arpeggio. Or you could do down down, which is what I do. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm checking if it was major or minor. But yeah, that down down. And there's no reason we don't do down up there. So this is the way that I've figured it out, and I think that this is what feels more comfortable to me. And I've had decent luck with it. I still don't have it perfect, but I'm getting there. And so I would say go down up, or go down down. This part doesn't matter, right? I told you, like I said, for me it's down down works for me. But then when we turn back around, the whole lick is this. And you see, I did a pull off there to compensate because I missed my pick. So I would say go down up on the way back. It's hard to do down down. Oops. Next part. Oops. Same major arpeggio. Same major arpeggios we're playing here, so. Sorry. That's the same exact thing, a whole step down. And that's the same exact thing, a whole step down and then a half step, except we don't go down to the arpeggio, so. And that's pretty much it. So slow. I think it's that's what it is. So you have to go. Maybe you go. You probably just get the octave sounds fine, and then. And then the next part. Yeah, it's a cool one. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. Maybe play another minute or two, and then I'm gonna be done. Please leave any comments if you guys have any ideas of stuff you want me to go over. I'm just forgetting all the stuff that I always go over. I inevitably have like my book in my folder right here. I should go over some stuff from it, but nah, it's over there. So I'm just gonna play some stuff, and then I'll probably stream tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday. I have to go into work on Wednesday. I didn't think I was going to have to, but I have to do a makeup lesson on Wednesday, so I might go in a touch early and do a stream then. But yeah, new guitar. Woo! Talk to you guys soon. I'm trying to think of a song that I did.